I just had to let you know you're.
Hello everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Fadia Tranagista, and today in this video I will explain about the basic concept of phonetics and phonology, the anatomy of speech organs, the articulation of consonants, and the classification of vowel sounds in English. Let's begin. Part 1 is the basic concept of phonetics and phonology. Phonetics is a branch of linguistics that studies speech sounds from a physical perspective. It examines how produced by the speech organs, how they are transmitted, and how they are perceived by the ear. For example, the sounds p in the word pen produced by the closing both lips, holding the air briefly and then releasing it. Next is a phonology. Phonology is a branch of linguistics that studies the function of sounds in a language. It focuses on how sounds are used to distinguish meaning. For example, pen, pen, ben, ben. These two words differ only in the first sounds, p and b, but they have different meanings. This shows that p and b are two different phonemes in English. Now let's see the difference between phonetics and phonology. Phonetics studies how speech sounds are physically produced. The phonetics answer the question like how are sounds produced. Meanwhile, phonology studies how sounds function to distinguish meaning in a language. So the phonology answer the question like what is the function of the sounds? So phonetics and phonology are closely related. Phonetics explain the sounds, meanwhile phonology explains those sounds work in a language. They are very important because help us pronounce English correctly, distinguish similar sounds, teach pronunciation, and support speech recognition technology. Part 2 is anatomy of speech sounds. Let's learn about anatomy of speech sounds. These are the main speech organs we use to produce sounds: the lips, teeth, tongue, alveolar ridge, hard palate, velum, uvula, vocal folds, and glottis. The first is labial sounds or bilabial sounds are produced when using both lips, both upper and lower lips. Nah, bunyi labial atau bilabial ini tuh dihasilkan atau digunakan ketika kedua bibir atas dan bibir bawah itu menyatu. Contoh katanya itu ada pada bunyi p seperti pada kata pen. Yang kedua itu contoh bunyinya b, contohnya itu ada pada kata bug. Yang terakhir itu bunyi contohnya itu pada kata man. The second is labiodental. Labiodental sounds are produced when the lower lips touches the upper teeth. Di sini ada dua bunyi. Yang pertama itu of. Contoh katanya itu fun. Yang kedua itu v. Contoh katanya itu van. Okay, next is a linguodental or dental sounds are produced when the tip of the tongue is placed between the upper and lower teeth. Contohnya itu pada bunyi the, seperti pada kata thing, dan yang kedua itu contoh bunyinya the. Contoh katanya itu this. Can next is a alveolar sounds. Alveolar sounds are produced when the tip or blade of the tongue touches alveolar ridge, which is located just behind the upper teeth. Contoh bunyinya itu ada 6. Yang pertama the, seperti pada kata top. Yang kedua bunyi the, seperti pada kata dog. Yang ketiga bunyinya itu seperti pada kata sun. Yang keempat bunyinya itu seperti pada kata zoo. Yang kelima yaitu bunyi n seperti pada kata name. Dan yang terakhir itu bunyi seperti pada kata light. Next is the hard palate. Hard palate is the bony part of the roof of the mouth. Sounds are produced when the front of the tongue approaches this area. Jadi, hard palate adalah langit-langit keras, bagian dari tulang dari atap-atap mulut. Suara yang dihasilkan itu ketika depan lidah itu mendekati area tersebut. Jadi depan lidah ini tuh mendekati area atap-atap mulut atau langit-langit keras gitu. Bukan berarti lidah depan ini tuh menempelkan kepada atap-atap mulut, cuma hanya mendekati saja atau hampir menempel, bukan menempel. Contoh katanya atau contoh bunyinya itu ada 3. Yang pertama i. Contoh katanya itu yes. Yang kedua itu contoh bunyinya sh, seperti pada kata she. Dan yang terakhir contoh bunyinya itu z, seperti pada kata measure. Next is velar sounds. Velar sounds are produced when the back of the tongue touches the velum or soft palate. Jadi bunyi velar di sini itu dihasilkan ketika bagian belakang lidah itu bertemu atau menyentuh velum atau langit-langit lunak. Contoh bunyinya itu ada 3. Yang pertama ke, seperti pada kata cat. Yang kedua itu bunyinya seperti ge, seperti pada kata go. Dan yang terakhir itu bunyinya seperti seperti pada kata sing. And the last is the uvula and glottis. The uvula is small structure at the back of the mouth. The glottis is the space between vocal folds. Contoh bunyi glottal di sini yaitu seperti pada kata hose untuk dihasilkan di area glottis. Dan pita suara juga bisa bergetar untuk menghasilkan bunyi bersuara seperti b, d, dan z. Part 3 is the articulation of consonant. I will explain how English consonants are classified. Consonants are described according to the 3 dimensions: voicing, place of articulation, and manner of articulation. The first is voicing. Voicing refers to whether the vocal folds vibration during the production of a sound. The first is voiceless sounds atau bunyi tak bersuara tanpa adanya getaran seperti p, t, k, f, dan s. Yang kedua itu voiced sounds, bunyi bersuara yang disertai dengan getaran seperti b, d, g, v, dan z. Nah, di sini contohnya misalkan bunyi p itu termasuk voiceless sounds karena bunyi tanpa adanya getaran. Sedangkan bunyi b itu termasuknya voiced sounds karena bunyi bersuara yang disertai dengan getaran. Next is place of articulation. Place of articulation refers to where the sound produced in the vocal tract. For example, bilabial sounds such as b, and m are produced with both lips. Dental sounds such as t and d are produced with the tongue between the teeth. Alveolar sounds such as t, d, s, and z are produced at the back alveolar ridge, and the last is velar sounds. Velar sounds such as k, g, and are produced with the back of tongue against the soft palate. Have you ever wondered how speech sounds are actually produced? In phonetic, we call it manner of articulation. Basically, the way airflow is modified when we speak. First is plosive. Ini bunyi yang airflow-nya ditutup total dahulu, terus dilepas. Contoh bunyinya seperti p, t, d, k, dan g. Bunyi p itu termasuk voiceless bilabial plosives. Next is fricatives. Bunyinya ini dibuat dengan gesekan udara terus-menerus. Contohnya itu seperti of, v, s, dan z. Bunyi z itu voiced alveolar fricative. And then we have affricates. These sounds start as stops and end as fricatives. Contohnya c dan j. Bunyi c disebut voiceless post-alveolar affricate. And next is nasals. Kalau bunyi ini tuh udaranya tuh keluar lewat hidung. Contohnya en, dan eng. Bunyi eng itu termasuk voiced velar nasal. And the last is approximants and lateral. Approximants include r, u, and i. Sedangkan o disebut lateral approximants karena airflow-nya itu mengalir lewat sisi lidah. So, manner of articulation explains how speech sounds are produced, mulai dari plosives, affricative, affricates, sampai nasals dan approximants. Okay, next is part 4, is a vowel classification. In this part, I will explain how vowel sounds are classified. Unlike consonants, vowels are produced with no significant obstruction to the airflow. Vowels are classified based on 3 features: tongue head, tongue position, and lip rounding. For example, E in C is a closed front unrounded vowel. A in about is a central vowel, and U in foot is a closed back rounded vowel. Vowels can also be divided into 3 categories. Monophthongs are single vowel sounds such as E in C and A in cat. The second is diphthongs, involve a movement from one vowel to another, such as I in my and A in they. Triphthongs involve 3 vowel qualities in one syllable, such as air in fire and our in our. In conclusion, phonetics studies how speech sounds are basically produced, while phonology studies how the sounds function in a language. By understanding the speech organs, consonant articulation, and vowel classification, we can better understand how English sounds are produced and organized. Thank you for watching.